Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Just give me a second. I am over on YouTube right now trying to get it muted. Muted. Obviously, it's not. You can probably hear it in the background there. So let's see here. Live now. Yes, we are live now. And we want to mute it. And we have muted it. Yes. Hello, Frank. Hello, Hike. Robert, good to see you guys. Thank you so much for dropping by. I literally have nothing else to do today because it's a holiday in Thailand except live stream and go record a few vlogs. Maybe I'll record some street food stuff. And perhaps a few other details here. What's up, Travel TV? Good to see you, bro. And perhaps I shall do a few more things. I'm not 100% on exactly what I'm going to do here today. What I do know is I mistyped the banner. We're going to talk about dating in Thailand, and I have some really good stuff for you here coming up. Trying to fix the banner, guys. Give me 1 second. On or in? On this stream. Yeah, all right, so we're going to try to go for add banner. There it is. There it is. Okay. So now the banner scrolling at the bottom. What's up, everybody? People jumping in right and left here. I missed you guys. Sorry about that. Go back to the comments over here and let's see what we got. We got Ben, Newton Chronicles. What's up, buddy? Yes, today is a public holiday. It is. Travel TV says got off early for this one. Hopefully I'll deliver some good information to you. I'm going to talk from my own experience and from the experience of others I've seen go through this. Oh yeah, Frank said wrench. I forgot about that. I've been meaning to give Frank a wrench for a long time, and he will be a new moderator. There you go, Frank. You have a wrench. He will be a new moderator, so that'll be fun. Bangkok Diaries, what's going on? Good to see you, man. Charles Collins says, rocking the hammock here, Jazz. I hear you, bro. Hey, Roger, good to see you. Very good to see you. You didn't know it was a holiday until you woke up and your wife's going to work. That's awesome. The camera's working outstanding. Hike, I'll talk about it for a few minutes before we get into dating. I used it at work the other day to take some stills of some of the employees, and I also used it to record some video. Absolutely phenomenal. I didn't realize I had purchased such a professional camera. Yeah, even though it has a micro four thirds sensor, the camera itself is capable of doing so much more. And it's just rocking. It's just absolutely unbelievable. Is the beach open there? It says Ben. Ben, I'm in Bangkok. There's not really a beach close to me that I know of. But the beaches are open in Pattaya because I just read the Pattaya news. They're actually, from Bangkok Jack said that a lot of people did not show up yesterday, which was the first day that they opened. So, but the beaches in most places are open. I think Phuket's going to open their airport June 15th is what I read this morning. Isaac, what's up, man? Dinner time with DoMoreLife, top of the morning. I hear you, brother. Good to see you. Thank you for dropping by. I really appreciate it. So let's start talking about, we're about 5 minutes into this and had a chance for everybody to roll in. And I want you guys to participate in the conversation. I put up the link to come in. You're welcome to come in at any time. I'll put it up again. And as long as you're not scared of showing your face, you can click on that link and come in the back studio, and I will put you live with me on screen. Just be careful and keep it PC for YouTube. Ben says, sorry, I thought you lived in Rayong. No, I used to live in Rayong, Ben, but not anymore. Hey, Daddy Bob from New Zealand. Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. So, we'll talk a little bit about dating, and there's Mohammed. Good to see you, bud. Rule number one, and this is my playbook that I have exhausted from everyone else. I can't believe I had that air conditioner on full blast that whole time. Sorry, guys. Maybe you can hear me better now. Rule number one, I'm going to speak in the terms of she because I only date females. So that's a pronoun I'm going to use. And I hope nobody's offended by that because that's how I date. So if you, or the most important thing to do before you even start dating in Thailand, let's say you're at home in America, Canada, Europe, somewhere like that. What would you probably do before you started dating? You probably make some kind of either mental note or literally write down a list of things that of compatibility that you want to see in your partner. That is probably one of the best ideas I could recommend for somebody to do over anywhere in Southeast Asia, especially here in Thailand. Make a list and literally make sure she checks the boxes. So when you start dating, go out a few times, and if the boxes aren't checked, just go ahead and leave it alone. Just go ahead and leave it alone because you're not going to be happy in the end anyway. And everybody likes to think that people, everybody likes to think that people are going to change. And rarely do people actually have a character change. Okay, that's very, very, very rare. And you got to remember, change happens over time, not overnight. So don't try to force it if it's not there. If she doesn't check the boxes that you're looking for, you should move on. Likewise, if you don't check the boxes that she's looking for, you should move on. There's no reason for two people who are eventually going to make each other very unhappy to be together. Mr. Guy, how are you? Good to see you. Let me go over here to YouTube real quick. Oh, he deleted the message. Well, it's good to see you. Scott says, how about the idea of not dating at all? Well, you can do that, but I would be very unhappy not dating at all. Very unhappy. I understand, you know, this is a place where you don't have to date. You can always, trying to think of the correct way to say this. You guys know what I mean. But that would be, you find you're happier without a wife or girlfriend. That's fine. That's just not the topic that we're on. But if you're happier without a wife or girlfriend, no problem. Good morning, Stuck. Good to see you, bro. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for being here as always. Ben says that new guy with the hey Albie. I missed you, man. Hey Albie. That new guy with a lot of views is back here in Bangkok to media something. Can't remember his name. Yeah, we all know about him. We all know about him. Guy says, how do you check for compatibility when you can't communicate? Isn't it exhausting? You can communicate. That needs to be on one of your boxes that you check. Are we able to communicate effectively with each other? Let me tell you a little story about that. So when I first got here, my very first Thai girlfriend, she only spoke hello and goodbye. That was pretty much all the English she spoke. And we dated for about 2 months, I think. In the beginning, it was so much fun because we were using Google Translate for everything and trying to describe stuff with our fingers. But what happened was eventually that got old and it wasn't quite as much fun anymore. So it's fun. You can still date without getting to know each other, or without being able to communicate in each other's language. The question is, if the person that you're with, if they really check the boxes, then it's probably worth learning a little bit of Thai, and she's probably going to be willing to learn a little bit of English. That's how I feel. Good question, though, guy. Good question. Frank says, I've been married for so long, I wouldn't know how to date. It's all good, Frank. Prep Fort says, if I was thinking about starting a serious relationship, I would double check I was not inebriated. Yes, that is a very, very important part. When you go on dates here in Thailand, I'm not talking about dating like in Pattaya or, Phuket or somewhere like that, where you're a whole different type of dating is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about regular dating, like what people would consider normal dating. When you do that, don't be inebriated when you're on the first date, because the old expression, you never get a second chance to make first impressions, is so true. That first impression is going to be stuck in her head or his head, whatever, for a long time. That's how they're going to know you. And if the first impression is bad enough, you're probably not going to get a second chance. That's the way it's always been. Scott says, I'm new here. Are you in Bangkok? Yes, sir. I am, Scott. Welcome to the channel, man. Go More Height says, I'm feeling low energy tonight. I shy a little bit. Okay, no problem. Travel TV says, my best advice about dating in Thailand is that there's always another girl. Don't expect the relationship to last that long. That's a good rule to live by here in Thailand. You can't really expect dating to last that long here because for the most part, especially in Bangkok, around this area, it's hard for people's schedules to work out. Like a Thai lady might work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week or whatever. Then you have to decide, is that what you're looking for? So I don't know. That would be a question that you would have to answer yourself. Mohammed is laughing. Ike says, when they can't speak English, they can't nag you. That's so true. Travel TV says, don't date 2 or more girls in the same city or town. That's very true, especially if you're in a smaller city or town, because everybody knows everything about everybody in Southeast Asia. I will give Thailand a little bit of credit. They have a lot less of the quote unquote drama that comes with dating than like the Philippines, for example. So they don't quite spread the rumors like everybody else does, but they still spread them. They gossip on the low, whereas in like the Philippines, it's just, hey, we gossip. That's what we do. So you do have to be careful about that. That's an excellent point, Travel TV. Excellent point. It's hard to date some girls and then try to date within that same circle of friends, because you never know what you're going to run into. You never know who that person's talking to. And that can cause a lot of problems, because they do have Facebook pages. These girls do. They have Facebook pages. They'll go on and they will look at you, see who you've dated. They want to know if you friend them on Facebook, which is what I try not to do. I try to just keep it online, the app. If you friend them on Facebook, then they're going to want to know who every girl in every picture that you've ever taken is. And that can become somewhat annoying. But if you want to date, you got to get used to it. Car says she's never yours. It's just your turn, brother. That's one way to look at it for sure. Travel TV says, "Oh yeah, be prepared to break hearts and be prepared to have your heart broken." That's all I can say about dating in Thailand. That's true. That's very true, and it's a good point. And the same goes for dating like in the Philippines, but Thailand, for example, the whole heartbreaking um, empathy, girls showing a lot of emotion, that kind of thing. I'm talking about real emotion. I haven't seen that a lot in Thailand. I think it's more of the way they were raised, their culture. But I haven't seen many girls talking about crying after their breakup or all that stuff. What up, Montelli? Good to see you, bro. And yes, Travel TV, they have I all have 3 or 4 Facebook pages for sure. Scott says, I heard the visa system is tough in Thailand if you stay long term. Have you made a vid about that? Yes, I have. Scott, I got so many vids about that. You can go to, you just search visa on the search tab on the channel. There's about 600 plus videos on this channel. And I guarantee you can find something that you're looking for on there, whether it be in a live stream, whether it be in a video. But you specifically asked about hit that thumbs up button, guys. We're trying to get, you see the scroller at the bottom. We need 50 likes on this live stream. 50 likes, and we got 42 people watching now. So go down to the bottom and hit that like button. Please go down to the bottom and hit that like button. It's so good for the algorithm. Where was I at? Yeah, Carl, you make a good point about she's never yours, it's just your turn. That's true in many, many cases. However, I find it also to be not true in some cases. Like some of my moderators on here have, or some of my, not just moderators, but some people that come in this chat already have established relationships with Thai girls. And I find that they work out for a long, long, long time. And when I say long, I mean they wind up getting married, being together for years and years and years and years. So while you have a good statement there, it's not always the case, but I understand where you're coming from. Travel TV was correct about the breaking hearts. Long stay in Thailand, Scott. It depends on how old you are. If you're old enough to retire, which is 50, you can get a retirement visa. It's fairly expensive in terms of how much money you have to keep in the bank. If you're married, you can get a marriage visa. There's always the tourist visa that you can get, but there's only a limited number you can get of those in a year. There's the non-B visa, which is what I have. Then you have a work permit that goes along with that non-B. B stands for business. I'm a school teacher here, so those allow you to stay as long as they continue to get renewed. And then the other way to do it, like if you're my age and you don't want to work, you got plenty of money. The only other way to do it is the elite visa. And you can look up all those visas on thaivisa.com, or you can watch my videos, whichever you want to do. Ben says, have you ever been to Toy? I have not. I'm going to do a slum stream soon. Okay, cool. 10 beers in the ghetto. I can't leave. Hang on one second. 10 beers in the ghetto. I can't leave Klong until 10 beers. I might be interested. Ike says, think it's better to date online or somebody in person if you're coming to Thailand. I would say it's better to date in person if you're coming to Thailand. I'm not a big fan of online dates like across seas, because typically what you find is you meet a girl, you get to talking to a girl online for a little while, and all of a sudden she has a dead buffalo or Papa got sick or something like that, and they're looking for money when that happens, and that's not something that I'm interested in. So I prefer myself, like, you can use online dating apps such as Tinder and Thai Friendly. Those are my two go-to apps when it comes to dating, and I haven't done a ton of dating since I've been here, but those are the two apps that I would go to first and foremost, and look around, see what's in your area, see if some of the girls have some. Most of the really good girls, the kind of girls that you would be, most of the girls that you would be looking for, if you're looking for a relationship, not just friends with benefits type thing, but if you're looking for a relationship, most of the girls on Tinder or Thai Friendly will leave a lot of description in their box, so you'll be able to talk about or retract, or I'm sorry, check the boxes before you even meet, and that's a good thing. Then you can. And here's the thing about Thai girls that I really like: if you meet them on a dating app one day, they're probably going to want to have coffee with you that day or the next at the latest. They don't like to wait at all. And it moves really fast here in Thailand, just like the Philippines. It moves really fast, really fast. Montelli, what are you doing, man? You just hanging out today? I see you over there in the chat. Travel TV says they got like 3 or 4 Facebooks. Yes, they do. They have 3 or 4 Facebooks so that they can keep everything hidden away from you most of the time. And that's what happens. That's why it happens. So something you have to get used to. They're going to want to check your phone. Whether you let them or not is up to you. Personally, I believe if you have to check somebody's phone to trust them, then you don't trust them. Wow, Steve is here. Scott says, wow, Steve is here. Yeah, Montel is a good friend of mine, man. Been knowing him several years now. Frank says, if you're just dating, will they want you to contribute to the family? More than likely, yes. However, that's a good thing about dating in big cities like Bangkok, because typically the women here have their own jobs and are well educated. So usually you don't have to send money to the family. So I don't know. What's the best dating website? Hike asked. I would go with Tinder or Thai Friendly. Those are about the two best, in my opinion, or that I've had luck on anyway. Travel TV says, don't need a website. You just walk down the street. That's true too. One good thing about Thai women are they're very friendly. And if they make eye contact with you while you're walking down the street and you make eye contact with them, you can, even if they have a mask on, you can pick up a little cheek rise and know that they're smiling a little bit. And that's a great, great time for you to make some kind of move. And when I say make a move, I don't mean like Rico Suave move. I mean, just say hello, how are you? Talk to her for a second, and then get her line ID. That takes, I don't know, 20 seconds or so. If she's ready, if she's doing something, ask her if she's doing something right then. If she's not and you're not, then go grab coffee and you can get started. But if she's busy or you're busy or whatever, say, look, I'll message you online in a couple hours. But if you tell a girl that you're going to message her online in a couple hours, you better message her online in a couple hours. Otherwise, you can forget it. They don't like waiting over here. They don't like it. Let's see. Travel TV says don't need to. Oh, I read that. Robert says New York Frank. Often I find that is ass. Yes, indeed. Prep for it says if you do intend on dating a girl for a few days or something more serious, make sure that the mall or bar she works at is as far as possible from your hotel, not right next to her. That's very, very, very true. Very true. Very true. Especially in the bar part of that. Ray says, what the best area? What are you looking for, Ray? Tell me what kind of relationship you're looking for, and I'll tell you, I'll give you a better idea on the dating. Scott says, are you open to marriage or do you limit girls to dating? I'm not like enthusiastically trying to get married, but at the same time, I'm not closed off to the idea. It's just something that I would have to be in a relationship for a while and make a decision from there. Hey, there's Ross. Hey, Ross. Best way to meet a woman is to just walk up and talk to one you find attractive. Most girls who speak English want to date foreign men. I agree. I agree. Can't argue with that. Montelli says changing phones again. What else is new? You and your cell phones, man. That's crazy. Yeah, good to have a positive tie relationship experience in the chat. I agree. Hey, Mike. Hope you're living a dream. You know I am, man. I always living a dream, bro. When I get off this live stream, and it can go on as long as it wants to today. When the live stream's over and I'm done about talking about all my dating stuff, and anything else people want to talk about, then I will likely continue living a dream. I'm going to go out somewhere with my camera, take pictures, and vlog because I need some videos for the rest of the week. That's for sure. And I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend, but I have a tentative plan. But thanks for dropping by, Mike. I appreciate it. It's always good to see you, bud. Ross says, that's the tech I used to meet my wife. Yes, you did. Mike says, wait, what? There are girls in Bangkok? Oh, this changes everything. I know, right? You would be surprised, man. You would be surprised. Yeah, people don't understand that Bangkok is flourishing with single women. And Ross makes a good point. If they speak English, they're either I don't know that all of them are looking for a foreigner, but I would say most of them would be very comfortable with the foreigner, for sure. And I take Ross's word for it because he's married to a Thai lady. Very nice, wonderful Thai lady, by the way. Let's see. Ja says, it's been a long time. What's up, bro? Not a lot, man. I hope you're doing good. Hike says, yep. I really liked LMAO radio style show the other night. It put me right to sleep. And then he said, my plan is working perfectly. That's funny. Montelli says, my rule is one kid is okay, age 7 plus, no newborns, diapers, formula. They always seem to come with the kid. That happens a lot here too, but the difference in here in Thailand versus the Philippines in that situation that I've found is like here, the girls are working in Bangkok or working in Pattaya or, Pattaya, or working in another city and the baby is at home with the family. Mom and dad are helping to raise the baby. So, usually that hasn't become a problem for me. So I hope it never does. But that's a good point, Montelli. Very good point. Mike says, right on, man. I'm going to hop over to Lumpini later. Ping me on Facebook message if you want to grab a smoothie. I might do that because that's kind of where I was planning on heading. So I very, very well, very, very well may do that for sure. Mike, I'd love to get up with you and just sit down and talk to you anyway. What's a good place to meet a woman in person? Like Travel TV said, basically anywhere. Ross can probably chime in there and say grocery stores or the mall, that kind of thing. He popped up with a comment there. My best advice for Thai women: look for one with small family, parents who are not here anymore, no kids, no tattoos, does not drink, goes to temple regularly, has a job with paycheck. Interesting. That's a good list, though. very good list. I personally don't mind the tattoos. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, Travel TV says I like tattoos. Yeah, it's all good, but I understand the concept behind it and the logic behind it. Why Ross wrote that, so it's not offensive or anything. Anywhere markets is my favorite place. That's stuck in Florida. That's very true. A market is a good place. Listen, I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again. If you can make a Thai girl laugh, okay, you can pretty much guarantee or not guarantee yourself, but you can pretty much be assured that as long as she's single, at the very least, she'll have coffee with you, because coffee dating is the big thing over here. So she'll have coffee with you, and you'll get the chance to understand a little bit more about her. Then we have Indeed Travel TV. There are those that lie about the kids. Josh says I've been great, bro, trying to do more life, and this. Ooh, we don't want to say the Q word there, Josh. I know it's been a long time, man, but YouTube doesn't like it. But I know it's been tough, and I'm glad you are doing well, man. Hike says goes to temple regularly. I like that. Me too. Mike says, good test, take her to a restaurant. If she's not polite to the staff, equals no. That is an excellent, excellent point, because if she watch the way she treats other people, because eventually that's how she's going to treat you. That's a good point, Mike. Excuse me one second, guys. I got to get something else to drink so I can keep talking. I think we'll move over to the very, very unhealthy Coca-Cola now. Try to get my feet back up here. Really good point, Mike. Really, really good point, man. And I think that's an excellent idea, to be honest with you. Stuck in Florida says all I have to do is try to speak Thai, and I make a Thai girl laugh. And you know what, man? Sometimes it is that simple. Excuse me, guys. It's a little chilly in here, but that's all right. And yes, I keep it cold enough to be chilly. That's a good idea, Stuck, is just to try to speak a little bit of Thai, and you will make girls laugh. And listen, don't be scared. That's the main thing. Don't be like scared of rejection over here, because there's so many good women in Thailand to choose from. There is no reason for you to ever want to be scared of, or ever need to be scared of rejection. It's just not worth it. Yeah, it's all good, John. Don't worry about it, man. We love you. No problem. Ross says less siblings, less money, moochers, no parents, no sick buffaloes, no tattoos, most likely never worked at the bar, no kids, no stretch marks. Ross is being very direct today. Sorry, guys. Very astute. Gilmore Heights says. Mike says, watch the way she treats other Thais that have less status, while there's a okayish behavior for Thais. I find it unattractive. I know exactly what you mean. And if she treats those people well, then she's likely to treat you well, and family or anything else well. That's a good point, Mike. Very good point. William says, somebody give me a hint what the Q word is. I don't think we can give you a hint without just telling you, man. Brian says, hey, Jeremy, been trying to decide where to go. Oh, hang on. Been trying to decide where to go in Southeast Asia. I'm thinking a month in Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, and maybe some time in the Philippines. Finally realized I can't decide over here. There you go. You're not going to be able to decide until you get your feet on the ground. That's for sure. Good point, Brian. Very, very good point. Very good point. Ross says in America, you could be a 5 to 6. In Thailand, you are a 8 or 9. There's a lot of truth behind that. So don't be nervous, guys. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. We got 44 people in here. We need 50 likes. We already have 33 likes, so hit that like button. That would be awesome. And as always, channel contributions are open. Super chat, PayPal, whatever you fancy. That would be even better. Especially since I just bought this new camera. But that's all good. Let's see here. Let's go back because I'm going to give you my list after we talk about everybody else's. Josh says the ladies like accent. Met a few back in America. Fun times. Yes, I agree. They do. And you can have a lot of fun. Isaac says just met a really nice Thai woman that lives in Chiang Mai. My only worry is keeping the good vibes going until I can travel to Thailand. Any advice? Communication is the key, Isaac. So make sure that you talk to her at least one time for at least 30 minutes every day. Like every day. If I were you, I would shoot for her morning and her afternoon. Especially if it's going to be, like a long time before you get here to Thailand. That's the best way I can describe keeping that relationship alive. And also make sure you keep your eye out for the little hints of indiscretions that may come up. If they need money for something, probably not a good idea because I think most of the women in Southeast Asia are learning that if they start asking guys for money, if a man doesn't have a lot, when I say a lot, I mean like not super financially stable with super, savings, stocks, that kind of thing. If that happens, we have a $5 PayPal from Mr. Frank. Thank you very much, sir. Very, very, very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. How do I show everybody? Let me show everybody real quick. There we go. It came through on email somehow, which is unusual. There we go. You guys see that? I can't see it because I'm in StreamYard right now. There we go. $5 from Frank. Frank is the man. Frank is the man. And very much appreciate that, brother. Very much appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's return to the stream now. And where was I at? Yeah, communication, Isaac. Make sure you keep that line of communication open. Travel TV says a fun game I like to play is after I go on a few dates, I will always ask them, what is my name? A lot of times she does not know. That's how you know if they like you or if you're a paycheck. That's fair. That is definitely fair. I would agree with that assessment. Yeah. Ross says white skin is very desired in Thailand. If you have a tan, they find it unattractive. That's true as far as I've seen. Eat the buffalo, Travel TV says. That's an inside joke if you guys have never been to Thailand or Philippines or anywhere in Southeast Asia and dated a girl. Stuck in Florida says the key word is when you have to stay in one place away from other people. Good job, Stuck. Good job. Ross is talking to Isaac. He says get Line app and video chat at least twice a day. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Good job. Hike says Ross, you're 10 in my book. That's so funny. Josh says Ross, I'm not sure about that 50-50 when they travel. That's interesting. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about there. Ross says I've been married a long time, but when I was single and lived in the USA, it was hard to find women to date. In Thailand, I had a hard time staying single. Yeah, so that should give you some better perspective on like what's really going on. We appreciate Ross's comments very much. Stuck says, I'm not very white, but I do okay because I'm usually talking to village farm ladies that are much darker than me. There you go. That makes sense. Ambient Mopar says, thumbs up from Kamala Beach. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Kamala on the other side of the Gulf. Travel TV says, I'm white, but I'm almost red. Yeah, because you've been staying out in the sun so much. And Gilmore Hayes says, Nick, I know what he's talking about. Montelli says there's a lot of dating rules in Thailand. Sounds like a lot of work involved. It's not much different than the Philippines, to be honest with you. It's just the approach is a little bit different, and the maintenance on the relationship is just a little bit different. That's pretty much all there is to it, because I've dated in both countries, and it's I will say it's super easy in the Philippines to find a girl. Like, we're talking about a level that is just almost unfathomable. It's super, super easy to find a girl in the Philippines. Here in Thailand, you have to work just a little bit harder, but it's not like anything that's going to require tons of effort. Isaac says, copy that. She runs her own real estate biz. Communicate is what I shall do. There you go. That's a good idea, Isaac. Ross is talking Travel TV, said you would probably agree. Our size is not as attractive in the U.S. as it is in Thailand. Thai women seem to look past being overweight. Yes, they do, because I'm not the skinniest person in the world either. That's for sure. Roger McGee, thumbs up, numbnuts. I love that when he does that. He's calling on thumbs up. Be sure to hit the like button. We love it. Stuck in Florida is talking to Montelli. He says, you would think so about the conversation, but it's really not difficult, in my opinion. Yeah. Oasia says, keep in mind, if you marry the girl, her family will come with the package and monthly payments or living in-laws. Lack of law obligations is the upside of dating middle-aged women. Yeah, that's and again, that's more true that I find in the Philippines than it is in Thailand, unless you're out in remote Thailand. But it's fair point, Oasia, fair point. Steve Montelli says, super easy is greater than are you breathing? You're in. That pretty much sums it up. I like that, Montelli. Good job, man. Toast says, would Thailand be a good first vacation spot? Sure. Why not? I don't see why it wouldn't be. Ross says, other tips, body language is very important. Keep a smile on your face. Talk less with your hands. Try to keep your cool even in the most stressful situations. That's like 100% tips around just being in Thailand, period. I agree with that. Ross says, talking to Toast, and says you'd be like a kid in a candy store. I agree. And Mike says it depends on whether you have been dating in the U.S. That's a good point, Mike. Very good point. Harley Webb says, what do you mean by lack of law obligations? I think I know what he's talking about when he says lack of law obligations, but I'm not going to say too much on that right now. Muhammad says, first time, be careful of. We got to say LB right there, Muhammad, LB. But I know you didn't know, so don't worry about it, brother. Toe says, I'm from Canada, and I got to say I've never. Okay, that's fair. No problem, Muhammad. No problem. then you would be in for a surprise or the surprise of your life if you came over here. Toast, that's for sure. I don't know that I would. Don't know. I'd recommend this be the first spot for you to come on, for you to come to, I should say. So I don't know. That's a tough one, man. Let's see. Oasis says, I meant parents and law obligations. Older women are more independent from their families. Oh, I got you. I understand. Mike says, Toast, don't obsess about that fact. That's very true. Ross says, Toast, nerdy guys are very attractive here. Young Thai women like nerdy guys. That is true. I have seen that happen many times, actually. I've seen that happen. Where the Thai girl is attracted to a nerdy guy. I'm not saying nerdy guys are like beta males. I'm not saying that at all. But, the I'm going to pump you up kind of guy doesn't really impress the normal Thai girl. It just doesn't. It just means you're good looking. So you might get one date there, here and there. But if you don't have the character and the personality to go with it, it's going to cause some problems eventually. I guarantee it. That's something that I've been thinking about a lot. Ross says he's talking to my daughter and her friends only date nerdy guys. The more socially awkward, the more they are desired. There you go. That should tell you a little bit about what you're looking for. So, again, when it comes back to my personal, how I do it, I make a list of things that I know I'm going to want out of a girl in a relationship long term. And, the list is not very long, but if she checks all the boxes, and she doesn't have to check all the boxes on the first date, that's something I want to emphasize. But if she checks all the boxes after 3 or 4 or 5 dates, then I'm going full steam 100%. Enrique made a good point about that on a live stream he did with me over the weekend. Because if they don't check the box, eventually you're going to be unhappy, and that can get somewhat dangerous. There's a lot more I could expand on in that, but I'm just not going to right now. Gerald says dating in Chiang Mai versus Bangkok. I've never been to Chiang Mai, so I can't tell you that. But Bangkok, it's pretty. There's women everywhere. And it's not hard to find a date in Bangkok. Not hard at all. State of Florida says remove the cobra from grandma's kitchen and she will be very impressed. Oasis says some Thai girls are scared of super muscular guys. Jeremy, good reference to Hans and Franz when SNL was still funny. Yeah, that's yeah, they are scared. You're right. They're scared of super muscular guys because they don't want the guys to hurt them. Harley says, which is better, city girls versus country girls? That's entirely up to you. Entirely up to you. You can have some very well raised, very well educated, very well social functioning people that are girls that are raised in the city, but you're definitely going to find girls out in the country that are out in the rural areas that are more. I don't know what the word I'm trying to use is, that are more like homey feeling, easy to get along with, super nice. They have a desire to take care of you, that kind of thing. Bangkok over Chiang Mai for dating, says Travel TV. Stuck in Florida, says Harley Webb. Depends on what you want. That's very true. Very true, Stuck. Mike P. What's up, Mike? My first trip to Thailand, I was told if she looks too good, you might want to walk away. I can see that, but sometimes that's not always the case. I can understand certain situations where that could play a part. I'll leave that one alone. Ross says, for those who have not seen much Thai TV, it's not uncommon to see men hit and on TV dramas. Most Thai men think that behavior is okay. This is why many Thai women want a foreign man who finds this behavior wrong. Dude, if you're talking into your phone, it's messing up everything. Thai guy, but you're right, Ross. You're right, 100% right. Easygoing foreigner will go a long way dating a girl here most of the time. 36 likes. We need 50. We got what do we have here? We got 14 to go. Is that right? 14 to go. Cute. I don't know. Somebody's saying hike the mic in there. Ty Guy Brow says country girls are a lot more naive, but a lot more attentive and genuine, in my opinion. Plus, have darker skin, which I like. I like darker skin too. But that's just a preference. It really doesn't matter to me at the end of the day if she's dark skin, light skin. I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. So there's no issue there. But you're right about the being a little more naive and a lot more attentive. I agree, Ty Guy Bry. Stuck in Florida says most country women will have a sixth grade education, ninth at best, usually, so don't expect intellectual conversation. That's another very good point, Stuck. Very good point. Running around there. Oh, we picked up 4. We need 10 more. 10 more likes. OA just says that's Stuck. I never met a girl worth fighting cobras for. You must be a James Bond type. Travel TV says he's talking about the linebacker for tall and for women being too beautiful. I trust me. I understand. I knew what he was talking about. I just didn't want to come out and say it. But yes, that is a fair point. Both of you guys made. If she looks too good, yeah, you might want to check things out before you do a deep dive, so to speak. That would probably be the best idea. Let me see. Okay, so for me, I gotta have a girl that's humble. Gotta have a girl that's humble. That's one of my boxes that needs to be checked. Humility, the ability to not only compromise but to come to a consensus is also super important to me, because when you compromise, both parties lose a little. Like somebody gives up something to make the other one happy, and vice versa. Consensus is when everybody's happy and looking toward the same goal, and nobody has to give up anything. So for me, I want a girl that I can form a consensus with when we have a difference of opinion or plan or travel or whatever it may be. Compromise is good, but consensus, if I have a girl that can be brought to consensus pretty rapidly, then I'm going to be all for that. That's for sure. Let's see. Mike says not a big deal, but note you do not. Why a Thai girl as you are approaching her? Very, very interesting. Roger says you don't want to be in a LD with a LB. Yeah, unless you're into that kind of thing. That's funny, man. Stuck says, Roger McGee, hello, depends on what you're looking for, I would think. That's awesome, man. Mike says, Ross, there's nothing, there's nothing, anything wrong with that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's funny. Travel TV says most girls in Thailand will tell you that they play a linebacker. It's not the case in Cambodia. They lie about it. It's not the case in Philippines either. And you are 100% right. That is a very, 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 very good point made there, Travel TV. Thai girls will tell you straight up front about any different roles they might play. And I love that about Thai women. The Ralph, been enjoying the chat. If you ask a linebacker about plumbing, will they tell you? Here in Thailand, more than likely, yes. I would have to say I agree with Robert there. Ross says, when I first came to Thailand, LB weirded me out. Now that I understand the culture, you see LB on TV shows all the time. Very true. Very, very true. I'm happy that we answered your question, Ralph. Very happy that we answered your question. What are we on now? 56 minutes. All right, I'll wait till about an hour, and then I'll give my little spiel. Stuck in Florida says hello to Robert. Mike says, don't be concerned with asking a woman, LB, whether they are LB or lady. If you are unsure, ask 100%. Brian Mitchell, thank you very, very much for the super chat, my friend. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. Genuinely appreciate that. That'll look good getting my month started off here, and really appreciate it. His comment says, I'm really white-skinned, red hair, and caramel eyes. Wow. Got on date in Asia, I assume that's what that means, and had to shut it down over 1,000 messages. I'm attracted to cerebral, intellectual women. What are my chances in Thailand? Very good. Come to a city, though. Bangkok would probably be your best bet, and maybe even Chiang Mai. I would say would be your best bet, because you want to come to a place, if you're looking for cerebral, intellectual women, in other words, women that are very smart, that you can have intelligent, pragmatic, logical conversations with, then they're going to need to be educated. They're also going to need to be either well-traveled or have a lot of experience with foreigners. So Bangkok is a good place to do that in. I think your chances are extremely high, Brian. I think your chances are extremely high because most of the women I meet in Bangkok are intellectuals at varying degrees. Excuse me. So I think that you would really, really do well in an area like Bangkok, and there are other cities that have very intellectual women as well, but Bangkok will be a good starting place for you. Very good question and comment, and thanks again for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Ross says, Brian Mitchell, you will be very desired here. Yep, that's true. Ty Guy Bryce says, I love talking to the LB and playing, but nothing more than that. Good people are good people. That's true. That's right. Ross says, look for women with jobs requiring college degrees. That's always, Brian, I believe that was directed at you, and that is definitely something to look for. My first girlfriend had the one that couldn't speak English, and I couldn't speak Thai. She already had a bachelor's, but she was going to school on the weekends for her master's in civil engineering, which she's now completed, and I see her life and what it's like now. She gets to travel all over Southeast Asia, working on all kinds of projects. So, pretty cool. Yep, Mike's got a good point there. Hang out near a university. That's always a good idea. Ross says also look for women who have passports and have left Thailand before. Yeah, that's something very, that's what I meant by either well-traveled or have been around foreigners a lot. Because if they're used to traveling out, being around other foreigners, that kind of thing, they're going to be much more, how can I say this? A well-rounded person, much more well-rounded, I think. Williams has been talking to two girls, one in Bangkok and one in Hua Hin. Both have jobs and do not want any money. They video call me and text me every day. Good luck. Good luck picking one, man. That's all I can say. Oasia says, he's talking to Mike, that LB question would kill the dinner would kill the dinner conversation if it's really a woman. Have any advice to save the evening if she is offended? Yeah, you're gonna have to find somebody to politely ask them to leave, or you can fake something. There's many things you can do there. Kibili, I think that's how you pronounce that. Asking about the dowry, and Ross says depends on if she has been married. Married or had kids before. Yeah, price for the dowry. I don't let it go quite that far myself. That's just me. Montelli says, damn, high expectations in the Philippines. Be prepared to lower the bar. Expect less in the intellectual department. I can understand that. Let's see. Harley Webb says, I thought the Philippines would be better as they learn English from a young age. They learn English from a young age here in Thailand now. I've taught at a school that does that. But you're talking about one barrier only, Harley. Like, there are so many differences in Thailand girls, Philippine girls, or Filipinas. I've dated both. And there's a big difference. It's not only that they can speak English. I've met plenty of Filipinos that can't speak English. So kind of depends on, again, location is a good thing. Ross, new versus used price, gotcha. Stuck says, Montelli, same in Thailand. They are talking about the 1%. Drift in. Hi, Drift in. Good to see you. We're up to 45 likes. We need 5 more. That guy says, I know that Filipinos are okay with age gaps. Thai women okay with age gaps to the same degree. I would say pretty close, but maybe not always. If it's a real relationship, they're probably not going to be okay with a super wide age gap. If they are a farm girl, that kind of thing, then they may be okay with the big age gap. It's just a little bit different culture here. And whereas, let me give you a piece of advice about that. Okay. And I'm speaking in generals here, so don't anybody take this to heart, all right? But generally speaking, when you meet a Filipina, she wants to go where you live. Like, she wants to get out of the Philippines, okay? When you meet a Thai girl, she wants to make sure that you want to live in Thailand, because she don't want to leave Thailand most of the time. And that is just the way it works. Not sure. I can't really explain to you why that is, but that is the way it is. Good question, though. Matthew says hello to everyone. Hello, Matthew. Oh, we're looking for 2 more likes, guys. 2 more. We have 48. That's awesome. Harley says, if you ask the LB about children, it will probably give the game away. Could. Ross is replying, says, sometimes the dowry is for show and is given back after everyone leaves. That would be cool. Henry says, when will shutdown of tourism be lifted? It's working on it right now. They eased some restrictions in phase 3 yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yeah. And Ross says, Henry, not soon enough. Yeah, there's a lot of restrictions in there. Mike's talking to Oasis, says, personally, if she got offended, she's not for me. That's it. Quite frankly, many Thai women would be flattered as they assume as a foreigner you're usually asking as she is attractive. I would agree. I agree with that statement, Mike. Very good point. Where was that? Ross says, that guy I have 10 years on my wife, her friend has husband, 15-year difference. So there you go with the age gap. Oasis says, do high society Bangkok ladies date foreign guys? Lots of stories about BGs, but I don't know any guys who dated wealthy ones. That's really a subject that I don't know a whole lot about. I would think if you were considered high-so yourself, then you would probably date high-so Thai women, maybe. Yay, we got the 50 likes up there. Good job, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And thank you for the super chat again, Brian. I appreciate that very much. That's a good question, Oasia. Maybe somebody will answer that down in the comment section. Montelli says, welcome to the Philippines. Prepare to be underwhelmed. You can tell he's got mad love for the Philippines, right? Seen too many seniors from the West with young Asian girls with at least 35 to 40 year age gap. Yeah, that's nonsense. And well, it's not nonsense if look, you can't really say just because there's that much of an age gap that it's complete nonsense. So let me backtrack on that a little bit. If that age gap exists, there's probably one reason why that age gap exists, and one reason only. I'll say that, and I'll leave it at that. Roger says, Oasia, it is possible. Ross says, that's because when they get old, you trade in for a younger model. Oasis says, thanks. He's talking to Mike, I think. I was not aware regular ladies have that perspective on LBs. The Ralph says, is there a difference in attitudes in older 30 plus women as opposed to or ladies just crazy YouTube videos make women look more serious? There's just too much keywords in there, Ralph. Sorry, I have to delete your message. But to answer your question, there's going to be a huge difference in a young girl that works in either nightlife or entertainment. We tend to call them personal trainers or drinking companions. Than there is as a 30-year-old that does that. You have to be careful. Mike says, it depends how you define high-so. She might judge you based upon your wealth. If you are as well off as her, you're fine. That's I couldn't agree more. Travel TV says, yeah, how many Thai people you know in the USA? I know like one, and he was born here. Exactly. They want to stay in Thailand. Brian says, I'm a retired doc and really want a companion that is my intellectual equal. I'm not being a snob. It's just that fun is fun, but beauty fades. That's 100% correct, Brian. And I agree with you. That's why finding somebody with a compatible character is so much important, because all that beauty is going to fade one day. It's just going to. And if you have the character, you have the ability to sit together, talk, and that kind of thing, then You'll always have something to talk about, and it'll be good. Um, uh, yep, that's true, Ross. I'm not gonna read that one out loud. A drifter dude says hi, drifter dude. Montella says, hey, quit talking about me. Well, actually, that was one of the reasons I backtracked on that statement, because I was thinking about, Montella, but yeah, but it is what it is. I personally don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Harley says money is the reason. Money is the reason for a whole lot of things that go on here and everywhere else. The Ralph says, sorry, don't be sorry. No problem. No problem at all. It's just the way we keep the channel, and make sure that YouTube doesn't give us any problem. Montelier says age gap relationship always includes a transactional component. I agree with that, Montelli, and I think you make a good point there. Oasia says high school girls sound like a headache. Now I know why I don't hear many stories from guys about them. I think that's a very good point, Oasia. I think you just made a very good point. Let's see. That guy says it seems like that there are 30 to 40-year age gaps in the fields, and seemingly with loving relationships. For example, a couple of bloggers are in relationships like that, and it looks like love. No, on the surface, it does. Whether it actually is or not is up to them. I don't get into other people's relationships like that because I don't know their heart. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they're looking for. I don't know any of that stuff. So I just try to let them be who they are. But that's still a good question and statement. Travel TV says, gotta go, guys. See you later. Okay, man. Thanks for dropping by, bro. Really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you over here sometime soon. Holly says the bar hinders them, Ralph, as they learn the game. That's true. My beauty will never fade. That's funny. Victor says 12-year difference on my girlfriend, just about the limit for me, and the age difference. Harley says you never know what goes on behind closed doors. That's true. Ross says girls end up working the scene for two reasons: lazy or no other options. Older BGs have may have kids and need to make money anyway they can. Young ones just want the easy money and free drinks. Cool. I have no idea how to say your name, so I'm just going to say it. It says, hello, folks. All relationships come with a price of some kind. That's true. Roger says, my Thai lady friend has a lot more money than I do, and she's 7 years younger than I am. And I'm no Don Juan. that's an impressive story, Roger, because typically you won't find that, but that's a very, very, very good story. I'm glad you mentioned it. Any horror stories about some poor dude who ended up? There's tons of horror stories about that. Tons of stories. Harley says, sounds like you got lucky, Roger. Yeah, definitely. And he's asking Roger, why do you think it's working out? Which is a fair question. I can tell you that Roger's a really good guy. That probably has something to do with it. Robert says, I do not think it is easy money because of the toll it eventually takes. 100% agree with you there, Robert. Being around the nightlife and that kind of thing for some period of time in Pattaya was a real wake up call to me on what you just said. Mike says he's talking to Oasia. Everyone's experience is different. All humans can potentially be a headache. That's true. Depends on how they define wealth. A good test for me: people with money don't talk about money. You are so true there. So that's like the absolute truth. Harley says scribble probably with the plumbing removed. Interesting. Ross and Roger need to write a book for the rest of us. Ross says my book would be a picture book. That's funny. Roger says I wondered about that a long time. The truth is, she was looking for a gentleman that she can trust. There you go. There you go. Mike P says an American marriage in the Philippines. That's not good. Brian says thanks for the advice, Ross and Mike. We got other people just talking to people. That's cool. And we got 52 likes, and we had a super chat on today's live stream, which I'm very, very happy about, and I appreciate very, very much. Many of my moderators are missing today, but that's okay. If any of you are, yeah, man, Mike, we appreciate you dropping by. Always good to see you, brother. So let me just share my little thing real quick with you, and that is the banner running across. Well, hang on. Ross says best advice is to just come here and find out for yourself. Everyone's experience will be different. That's true. Okay, so the banner running across the bottom currently says become a channel member for only $2.99. So if you want to become a channel member of this channel, you can go down to join and click it. It doesn't have all the perks listed there, but it does have most of them. So here's what you get. You get status updates for members only. You'll get members only photos. You will get to vote on content that this channel delivers. And you will also get your own DoMoreLife.life email address. So those are and there's one more. You'll also get a minute to 2 minute video, an updated video, maybe a behind the scenes video, that kind of thing. So you really get quite a bit for $2.99. So anybody that wants to become a channel member, I encourage you to do so. I'm sure the channel members on here will tell you that it's been extremely beneficial. Also, monetary contributions, whether it be Super Chat or PayPal, go directly for equipment and travel. That's what they're used for. They're not used to pay my rent. They're not used to buy food or anything like that. All that money is for travel and equipment, which is why we just got a new camera last week. So I just wanted to say that, as I always do. There are a lot of advantages to enjoying the DoMoreLife family, I can assure you. We have a great group of guys and girls, and we appreciate everybody always. Mike says, Ross Young, that is the best advice in my opinion. Oh, I also saw JC's vid of your compound. Amazing. That's a good one. Roger says, I forgot to say she's also drop dead gorgeous. I'm sure she is, Roger. Stuck says, I treat everyone like I would treat a loved family member until they give me a reason not to. It works for me. That's kind of my same philosophy, Stuck. Unless I just pick up on something right at the beginning where I just have the gut instinct that, but that's pretty much the same philosophy for me. Ross says, he's talking to Mike. It says it helps to have money as well. Of course, absolutely. Mike said, it might not solve all your problems, but lack of it can cause some, many. Very true, Mike. Very true. Ross says, Jeremy, if you come to Thailand and have to go into timeout, do you have to pay for the convenience? Yeah, I don't know why you would go to timeout. That's a weird. I'm not sure. The first 14 days. What did Robert say? The Ralph, yes, the first 14 days will be their choice, but at your expense. Yeah. So more of that information will be coming available online, and that'll be starting probably, I don't know, whenever they decide to open the doors back up to international travel. So let me just check something real quick here and make sure. Okay, we had a PayPal from Frank, and then we had a super chat from Mr. Brian, which I appreciate very much. And with all that being said, guys, I think it's about time to wrap it up. The do's and don'ts. Basically, do you, be yourself. Don't try to be somebody you're not, because that never works. Be respectful, polite, and make sure you make her laugh. Don't try to run game on Thai girl. Like if you're a game runner, like in the West, and you try to these one-liners and that kind of thing, and you think that's how you're going to get a Thai woman, you're not. It's not going to work. So please keep that in mind, because in my personal opinion, that is very, very, very important. And I'll wrap up with these last comments here. Stuck says, well, some people are obviously bad, and sometimes without ever opening their mouth. Yeah, 100%. Brian says, Mike, money can't buy happiness, but it can rent it for a while. That is a very good point. I hope I get to a position one day where I was in a position a few months ago where I had enough money in the bank for me. I was comfortable. I wasn't worried about anything, and that made for a really good life, to be honest with you. Thanks for the 56 likes, guys. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. The Ralph says, good live stream. I am too old to try and run games. I hear you, bud. I feel like I am too, but that's the way it works. I want to thank everyone for coming out today to the live stream. Thank you so very much. You guys have been awesome. Definitely lived the dream. Mike, thank you for dropping by. All my moderators, Stuck, Robert, Ross, Hike, Roger. Thank you guys for doing a great job as always. And I appreciate your inputs and you sharing your life stories with us. Been very, very great. You're very welcome, Muhammad. Stuck says, if you try and play games, don't cry when you get played. That's I made a video about that once, Stuck. Brian, thank you for dropping by the chat. Very good to see you. And Stuck says, thanks for everyone joining the live stream. It's good to get the family together in the middle of the week. And you will likely be seeing me again on Friday night East Coast time, Saturday morning Bangkok time. That'll be the next chance I get to live stream. Otherwise, I'm just going to shoot a couple videos and bring those to you. So I hope this starts or sparks a conversation about dating in Thailand. And please share this video if you found it useful. If you didn't find it useful, look at a DoMoreLife video and find one that you do find useful and share that. That would be absolutely great. With that being said, I hope to see all you guys again over the weekend. And just want to tell you, love you all. Thank you for coming by. It's been a really good live stream here. And I'm very, very pleased with the content that we were able to deliver. That was awesome. So thanks to everyone who stopped by. Thank you. Thank you to Brian for a super chat. Thank you to Frank for his PayPal contribution. And thank you to everyone who hit the like button, because we're going to end up with 58 likes. And if you hadn't hit it on the way out. So I will talk to you guys the next chance I get, which will likely be over the weekend. So whatever you do today, be sure you do more life. I'll see you guys. Take care.